Alright then folks, what's going on? Today we're just going to do a bit of an update. It's been about 2 weeks or so I think since we all sort of last got together and you saw the stage of where things like my onions and everything was at and how I'd planted up my chilies. So we're going to go along with an update of where everything's up to. So I'm going to actually begin by starting something new. I filled this 35 centimetre bell pot with multi-purpose and the compost is quite warm. So we're just going to sort of dig a hole. We're going to make more of a trench really in this instance. There we go. That's sort of about what, second knuckle depth. So that should be about right. And we're going to be planting ginger. This is just a single one that I picked up from home base. Now I've been looking and you see these here, these little stumps. If you've got any of those are what are going to grow upwards and are going to be your shoots. I think I might have one there on the base as well. So I was planning originally on sort of growing it directly up, but I'm thinking I might lay it on its side and let it find its own way. And fingers crossed, we don't really need the trowel. So I'm just going to lay it on its side and hope for the best. And then just backfill that back in. Nothing special. About 5 centimetres deep is the sort of recommendation. But he also recommends growing this inside. It's more of a house plant because it's from more tropical climates. So over here in the UK it's fairly cold, can be in Cheshire. This is going to stay probably inside the conservatory or the greenhouse, depends where we got more room. But for now, probably going to put it in bedroom upstairs maybe, because that's got Velux windows, you know, the big sort of attic roof ones. So that's going to get as much light as possible, considering the house is sort of front and south, north and south facing on the front and rear doors, with houses on the east and west, so they don't get too much light, and it's too cold in the conservatory as of yet. So I will move this into there once everything's going in the midst of summer. So that's our ginger. That's going to be something we'll keep an eye on. And over to chilies. Let's go over to the chilies because I've also got something in the greenhouse to show you that I don't know if I mentioned that I was going to be doing. So onwards. Okay, so upstairs we go, and we're here with the chilies. We've got the Bolivian hairy chilies, which are a nice red chili. I don't know if we'll actually be able to see. Uh, Maybe on the footage you're going to see a bit easier than I am. They're very hairy plants, both on the stem and the leaves. As you can see, we're at that stage where the first set of leaves, the true set, is coming through. They've not just got the big seed leaves, they've got this second, or the very first set of proper leaves coming through now. So I'm just simply going to put them into 9 centimetre pots. I've already these have been in now 24 hours. I'm just going to make holes and I'm just going to drop these little cells into the gaps. And I'm going to bury one or two of them a little bit deeper. This one, as you can see, is a bit wobbly. The seed is pretty much, or the root begins right on the very surface there. It's sort of got a bit too blasted with the water. So bury that a bit deeper. I'll come back, show you these once they're all done, but these are sown from the 6th of January, so it's almost been about a month now. These did take a long time to germinate. It took about 2 weeks for them to all sort of come up at this stage. Of course, the Peruvian lemon drops. Second year running I've tried to do these buggers, and not one has germinated. These were from a truly, reasonable sourced pack of seed. I've always followed the instructions. I even tried them last year, a double whammy. I think I put them in a heated prop and everything. I'm just going to leave them there because it does say that you can be waiting like a month or more, but I'm pretty sure they've rotted off by now. That one, I don't know if that's just died off. I'm going to leave that in and water it. Why not? Never know, might pop up, but it doesn't matter. We've got plenty to go with. And I have a couple more that I'm going to be sowing. I did pick up a few funny ones that I'm just going to do one little seed of. But anyway, this is enough waffling. I'm going to be back once this is done, and then I've got a surprise. Okay then, so these are the onions, the giant onions that we were doing. And let's just sort of see the stage that they're at. Now, most of them seem to have lost, or are now slowly losing, their original sort of what you would normally say is the seed leaf. You know, the very first leaf that they put out when they begin, and most of these now have two. That one at the very back, right over there, is starting to get its third true actual leaf, and I don't know if we can get in. It's going to be very dark. I don't know if you can see there at the back, it's starting to actually really thicken out at its base. Some of the others seem to be planted a little bit too deep, but there's no pressure on them whatsoever. It is simply for 50/50 compost perlite, just lightly tapped. You know, I've never like compacted this down at all, and I just gently use, you know, the watering can that you've seen before, which is really fine sprinkles. So nothing absolutely to worry about there. So I'm sure that as they fatten up, they'll just burst their way out. It's not going to be a problem. And as I say, that one is a bit crooked as well, but it seems to be doing the best, and it has got fairly tall, as you can see. And I'm just sliding these rings up as we go along, so I'm actually really pleased with how this is going. This one is going quite slow, but then that's now got two true leaves on it, or are they they are leaves with onions. So yeah, they're all doing really well. They're all now a month and a week on, really, since they first were sown. Now it's probably going to be beginning of March when I then plant these up into the sort of next size container, or I don't know whether to just put them straight out. I think I'm probably going to put them, I'm going to have to see how big they are. If they get to, you know, finger fatness, or not quite finger fatness, let's say pinky fatness, I'll probably put them into straight into the 60-litre pots from there, rather than go for the sort of in between 5-litre-ish size. I have to see. We'll come back to that one. We'll see how they develop. So that's that, and I guess, where do we go from here? Okay, so we finally got ourselves some daylight where I can show you this clearly. The surprise I was talking about was I forgot to put in my onions and garlic over the autumn time, because they were designed to be planted in autumn. And if it's got brown tops sticking out like this, you are looking at shallots. And if you can see white tops, those are onions. Those are the snowball varieties. They're an all white flesh, white skin. However, everything that you see that has germinated, or not really germinated, but is now sticking out the soil and seems to be growing really, really nicely, is the garlic. So yeah, that's a good sign. The garlic's come up. I've kept it in here just while everything gets going, because it'll be pretty tender to the frost initially, I'd imagine. So once the frosts have passed in sort of end of March, this can all go outside, and this is about the time that you would begin prepping, at least probably March time, going out for your summer and autumn onions. So I assume everything's going to be okay. I did have a bit of a delay last year as well, where I started late. This is sort of starting late but starting early, because I've seen snowballs sold as being usable right now. You can buy snowball onions at least for sowing in, I'm getting at the autumn time, so I assume they're going to come up just fine. I guess that's something we'll see. But yeah, that was my surprise. I can't get in the greenhouse. It is entirely full of onions, shallots and garlic. So as I say, once these are all up and the weather's improving, I can get these outside ASAP. And as I say, I want to bring you a potato on, I want to bring you a video on potatoes at some point. I've now managed to get all my varieties in, so that'll probably be the next thing you see. And then I do want to get on to the sowing of tomatoes, but the trouble is I am buggered for space. So right, anywho, this is where we're up to. Okay, so we're sort of rounding up mostly. As you can see, I've managed to do all of my chilies. I've got seven of the Bolivian hairy chilies at the back, repotted. Now that one is still a bit of a runt, however it is getting its first set of true leaves, so I'm not too worried. It's going to do just fine, I'm sure. And then we've got all 4 of the Riquita chili peppers that we sown. And as usual, every year, the Peruvian lemon drops, I've done absolutely nothing. It was a reliable pack of seed, as I say. It was bought from one of the main reputable sources that you see in all of the garden centres, you know, one of the big suppliers. But just, alas, nothing's happened. And I say, I've tried them in multiple ways, with heat, without heat, 30 days, all that jazz, nothing. But anyway, I have in the meantime acquired some Peter peppers. Now, Peter is, as you don't know, if you're from the UK, Peter is also kind of slang for the penis. So, yep, these are the penis chili, or the penis pepper. They produce chilies that look like a wang. I'll probably throw one up on the screen right now. Not mine, of course. One that I found online, as there are many. And then we've got Just Seeds peppers, the chili Nepal snakebite. They're sort of a long chili that come down and curve. They're like a Joe's long, sort of in their like shape and kind of size. They produce these really big long seeds, and as it says, these can allow up to 35 days plus for germination, and it recommends giving them 30 degrees heat, which again is the kind of thing that I've tried with my Peruvian lemon drops in the past, you know, giving them like that full month or more, giving them the heat, but nothing happened. So hopefully the snake bites will come out. So Just Seed are a company that I've used many times on eBay, along with a company called Premier Seeds, but this is Just Seeds, and I've always had really good reliable results with them. It's got their contact number and email on there, which obviously is their business address, so that's going to be on their website as well. And that's a code for 10% off your first order with them, valid up to the end of 2017. So I'm not going to use that. I always go through their eBay account. I never use their website. You want to do that. Whoever gets that first wins it. So there we go. Go grab your 10% on your first pack of seeds on me. So that is where we're at. There is more I want to do. I really want to get my tomatoes on the go, but there's no room. There is no room in the house since the redesign. Upstairs in my new office and downstairs is all open plan. We have literally the conservatory and the greenhouse, and both of them are like just freezing fortresses at the moment. The greenhouse is full, as you've seen, and the conservatory, I can't put tomato seedlings in there. That's just ridiculous. That will kill them. So I'm struggling. I'm probably going to either wait till the beginning of March, which sucks, or I'm going to try and find some solution somewhere, some big window ledge. Maybe I'll try and maybe end up buying some extra supplementary light. I did have a bit of a plan, which is probably not going to happen. It's too much effort. I'm probably just going to maybe buy another set of lighting like the lights you see out there, which I think were about £30. So absolutely no cost. It's just knocking together a wooden rig to hang it from. So probably end up doing that, but again, that won't be to the end of Feb when I get paid. So again, beginning of March. What to do? That's the February roundup. We're now a sort of week into February, and this is the stage we're at. And as I say, there's a lot more that I want to do. So yeah, there we go. That's how things are looking, and I'll see you all guys in the next video, probably in another week or two, let you know how chilies are doing and if I did do anything with tomatoes, and I'll see you.